So, 3 months ago, Leamon Puppy made a video exposing animal jammer DJ Swag AG. DJ Swag then made an apology video and stopped tracing. All is forgiven. Right? Well, not really, because 2 months ago, thanks to Jockaway, information was found that they have at least 2 different accounts for tracing art. I'll also be analysing the apology video because it was always weird to me how easily the community accepted them back, and that the signs were there in the apology video that they were never sorry. Now, I won't really be going over too much what happened and about the tracing, because I would really recommend that you watch the Leamon Puppies video on there. I'll link it in the description, because it really helps understand the whole situation. 3 months ago, the same month that Leamon Puppy released a video about their tracing, DJ Swag AG released a video titled "I'm Sorry plus Quitting Art plus Must Watch." From the start, I could already tell that this video was very clickbaity. Not that they lied about anything in the video, at least for now, but the fact that they made it so lots of people would view it, and they did, because it's the most viewed video on their channel with 5.7k views. So the video is titled "I'm Sorry plus Quitting plus Must Watch." It's weird when it's an apology video, and instead of putting "I'm sorry," they also had to add "quitting art" for clickbait and "must watch." Something weird I also noticed is in the description they said I deleted all art of mine, which they did not. If you go back on their channel, a lot of videos that they have very strong evidence against tracing are still up there. Even traced art that they used in contests to win prizes and money, things with physical value that they've been using stolen art to get. 3 months ago, before I even knew anything about Leamon Puppy releasing a video, or that this had been a huge thing that they had been tracing for contests, I simply came across this video and could tell from a lot of the shaky lines and things like that that this had been traced. And from a lot of other people seeing it had been traced, I assumed that a lot of people had known. So I wrote, hey, can you at least write "traced" in the title and credit the artist if you are going to post this? Because I also wasn't aware this had been used for a competition. DJ Swag, even after being exposed, was still adamant and wrote, "Actually, that is mine, lol." Somebody else replied and said, "No, it's not. You can clearly see that it's traced. I slowed down the speed and I saw this art somewhere else and it looks exactly like it." No hate or anything, but please stop tracing and do give credit, because tracing someone else's art and saying that it's your own is just wrong and unfair to the artist. If you tracing for practice and credit the original artist, then that is fine. But if you say it's your own, that is just wrong. Which is true. But in my personal opinion, traced art should not be posted, even if you give credit. See, you can trace art. You can. To get anatomy. It's even better to trace real-life pictures. But that doesn't mean that you upload that online to get views for and claim it's yours. But even if you don't claim it's yours, you still shouldn't be posting that traced art. You can even tell by just the thumbnail of the "I'm sorry, quitting art, must watch" video that they want people to watch this. 1, so people will stop harassing them, and 2, so they get views. You can tell they have the shocked emoji and everything about that. They're trying to make more people watch this. They're not even straight to the point in this video. They start off with a happy intro. And why would you add that? This is something that has affected people. You've stolen people's art and their livelihood, and you start off the video with a fun animal dancing and telling people to subscribe to your channel. You shouldn't be doing that. You can tell they're not sincere about it and they're just making this video because they've been forced to. So the first thing that they get into is, so people have been saying I trace, and yes, I admit it, I do. But from now on, I will never trace or draw anything from this matter. This is a sympathy plea. They're telling you, oh, I'm not going to draw again because I've been really hurt. And you can tell because a lot of people in the comments are like, oh no, don't stop drawing. Oh, we support you, DJ Swag. And you can tell they're trying to get to work. You can also tell they really don't care. This has been really rushed. They're making a lot of grammar and spelling mistakes. We have to assume this is a young child though, so it could be unfair for me to be assuming this, but still. I'm not really going to comment on this one, but the way they talk about persons makes me think that they have created other channels already for tracing and they're still using those. Here we go. They're saying that from now on, they're just a new genre, no art, just a content and probably giveaways, and they quit drawing. This is very clickbaity. That they wanted people to click on this video because they added plus quitting art, plus must watch, and it worked. People in the comments are just going, thank you so much for apologizing. You don't have to quit art. There's no need to quit art. You don't need to quit art. You don't need to quit art completely. No need to quit art. Don't quit art because of a mistake. You don't need to quit art. Nearly all the comments are just, oh, it's okay, you don't need to quit art. They're trying to focus them away from the fact that they trace and trying to focus them on the fact that they're quitting art. And well, personal apology to Jockway. I was very rude with you and I'm super sorry. The thing is, I'm not jealous of anyone, it's just that no one gave me a second chance. All of these people are giving you second chances. No one's given you a second chance. Because I think you have to understand, this is an apology video. This is the first apology you have. You can't make this in real time and read the comments as you make the video. No one's given you a second chance because you haven't apologized yet. Why would people give you a second chance if you're still tracing? Sure, lots of people said, I believe in second chances, etc. and all, but a million people kept on saying tracer, liar, do trace, etc. See, this is the exaggeration and gaslighting they're using. They're saying, a million people kept on saying tracer, liar, do traced. And you'll see this pattern a lot where they're like, yeah, but people still say I trace and stuff. Yeah, that's because while you were making this video, you were making this video on information before you released an apology. So of course they're going to say you've traced because you haven't made an apology yet. It doesn't make sense. And you can also tell they don't care about this apology. They make lots of spelling mistakes. And like, this is a child, obviously. So I shouldn't be rude, but you can tell they wrote this very quickly and they didn't really care if it was a good apology or not. They released this within like a day of thinking they should make an apology video. And yeah, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I knew I wasn't going to discuss it, but I just want to give a point that they have 10 channels. So that tells me that they probably have other channels that they're using for tracing. Because you don't need 10 channels. So those are probably their fallback channels where they can trace without people knowing it's them. And, oh, this hurts me. They're like, oh, look at all these mean comments. This is an apology video. You're not meant to be focusing. You can focus on that in a later video. Right now, you're focusing on apologizing. Stop trying to show everyone, oh, look at these people that were mean to me. And these people, they weren't even that mean. They weren't yelling at you. They were just saying, stop entering art cons because you're a tracer. That's good advice, right? You shouldn't enter art cons because you're a tracer. And a lot of these are kids. Their comments don't even make any sense. Hopefully this art does not come from a good worry cat art. They're kids. You shouldn't be hurt by what kids say. Rude. A lot of these comments are nice. I saw the original art, frowny face. Please show your real art, it doesn't matter. And it's not kind to trace and say it's yours. These are nice comments. These people aren't harassing you. They're telling you shouldn't do this. They're not harassing. This isn't hate. This is just, that looks kind of traced. It's not hate comments. They're not attacking. Trace, don't let people call it blog trace. Okay. This slide infuriated me to the point where I felt the need to comment on it. So you see, they write, see what I mean? It was very stressful and it mentally hurt me a lot. They're using that thing and they're saying there's a billion more. No, there's not. Here, let me read the comment that I wrote about it. Don't quit. But how are you mentally hurt? I would be mentally hurt if someone stole my art. Also, don't say that you were harassed. If this is an apology video, you don't need to go through all the nasty comments that only said trace. That's not harassment. You can't say that it was very stressful and it mentally hurt you a lot. If it mentally hurt you a lot, then you would have stopped doing it. You wouldn't get the hate comments if you stopped doing it. Do you know how they responded to this comment? They wrote, actually, there were more comments which I deleted on the spot since I was mad. These are just examples anyway. I forgive everyone who said those things. I mean, I did trace, so it's fair to share opinion, just not spam. The most spam from one person was 3 comments. 3 comments. Do you know why they posted 3 comments? Because people ask you questions and you don't respond, you just heart their comments. Let me give you an example. Someone said, DJ Swag, please stop. We know you moved accounts and tracing with the punk artist account. Please stop. It's disappointing to see a fake apology. They didn't reply. They just hearted the comment. There's so many of these where they just heart the comment and they don't reply. It's just really annoying seeing them heart these comments and say, it was very stressful and it mentally hurt me a lot. If it mentally hurt you a lot, then you shouldn't have been doing it. You would have stopped getting the comments if you never did it in the first place, or if you stopped doing it. This doesn't make sense. You're a child. Now they're coming up with fake excuses, or excuses that are real, but very bad excuses. So here they say, I could have stopped a long time ago, but everyone kept exposing, saying bad things and harassing me. I couldn't tolerate it. If someone exposes you and says bad things about you, that's a reason to stop. That's not a reason to not stop. I feel like this is a fake excuse to why you didn't stop. You didn't stop because you don't care. This isn't why you didn't stop. But the reason why I didn't stop the first time is Jokway exposed me because, well, she's my favourite jammer and was famous and everything. I really looked up to her. Now they're getting off topic, making more excuses. Get to the point. You lied. Stop changing the topic. Jokway exposed you, and if she's your role model, if your role model tells you you're doing something wrong, you're doing something wrong and you should stop. That's not a reason to keep on going. That's like if the police told you not to do drugs and now you do drugs because you said, if the police told me it's bad, well then it must be good. It doesn't make any sense. Your arguments are illogical. And I've also noticed something. They cut a lot. They did it with their speed paints too. They cut really fast, so you don't really have time to think about it, or you see the keywords like I'm sorry and stuff. But if you stop and think about the arguments, they're quite illogical. Like, now they're just, I won't even read it because they're just cut. They're not getting to the point. They're just. And now they're putting the blame on Jokway. They're saying, so yeah, if she maybe told me, like DJ Swag tracing is bad, more stuff, you know, if she had said something like that to me, instead of exposing me, I would have stopped. Listen. No, listen. You're just putting the blame on someone. Stop and read this argument, and you can see how rude and how wrong this argument is. They didn't tell me it's bad. They didn't tell me to stop enough. They didn't tell me it was bad enough. Yes, they did. They did. You just refused to listen. This argument also makes me upset It doesn't make sense again. But even after I could have stopped, again, a grammar mistake, because I really don't care. But the reason I kept getting mad was because I was getting thousands of hate attack comments, losing all my subscribers, getting exposed by billions. I felt like this, I'm going to show them peace of my mind, why should I stop for them? And lots more. Trust me, it gets ugly. I don't feel like I even need to comment on this and tell you why this is a bad argument and it doesn't make sense and this is wrong to say. I feel like any 5-year-old, any person over the age of 5 would understand why this is a bad argument if they stop to read it. And now they're asking for people to forgive them. This is like the definition of being a hypocrite. Here they say, I really hope you forgive me and welcome me back to the community. And in their response to me, they wrote, I forgive people. So they're saying people should forgive them, but then they're saying the people did the wrong thing, so they need forgiveness. It doesn't make sense. And now they're asking for subscribers. In the intro, a little dance played and it said subscribe. And now they're saying, if you unsubscribed, subscribe to me now. No, that's not how you make an apology video. And now they say they never trace. Now, this is my opinion on tracing. You can trace. Tracing's great to get proportions right. You can trace real life photos. But then you post it. Why would you post it online? You're gaining views and you're gaining money depending on if you monetize it or not. You're getting money and you're getting views from other people's work. It's fine to trace and get proportions right. It's really good to do that. But when you post it online, it doesn't matter anymore because you've crossed the line. I don't care if you credit them. You're still getting the views and likes for someone else's thing. And the thing that DJ Swag does, they've kept those videos up. Those videos of them tracing are still up. And they haven't said traced in the description or traced in the title. And they told me, when I commented, oh, by the way, everyone, this is traced, they said, no, this is mine. After the apology video. See, that's Skippo, that thing, I commented, like a few days after this video, I commented, just so you know guys, they traced this. And then they replied to me saying, no, I actually worked really hard on it, and they were telling everyone they spent like 2 hours on it. And then here, they're admitting to tracing it, and then they double back and say, no, actually, that was really right. This. We're not going to delete something. You can't just delete your past and hide it from everyone. People need to acknowledge that you've traced art in the past to accept your art in the future. People aren't just going to delete their highest viewed video that makes them a livelihood because you asked them to. Saying, oh, I don't want to remember my old self. You can't just forget your old self. You need to remember that happened. This is what a 5-year-old would say. This isn't you can't just say, oh, delete all the videos you made about me. No. That's like if Logan Paul or Jake Paul got in a controversy and in their apology video they said, oh, just so you know, you need to delete those thousands of videos you've made from me. Even if you've gotten millions of views off them, you need to delete them. No, we're not just going to delete something. And now they're asking, they're asking for subscribers and likes. in their apology video. I honestly can't do this. And
100 times. For you, I give it one more try.
And they're asking for subscribers. And they're using traced art. What I can only assume to be traced art in this video about spreading the word that they don't trace anymore. And they're using fan art in their apology. Okay. Now, little kids are getting scared that you're gonna steal their content and trace it. This isn't right. And then you're saying, I know what you're thinking, but it isn't their fault. They haven't heard that this drama ended. If you actually look back and read the comments, they're talking about how Leamon Puppies made a video about how you steal trace. You haven't even read the comments. They're not just saying, oh, you steal trace after watching and they haven't seen the apology video. They probably have seen the apology video, but you still trace. I can't even argue with this anymore. It's getting kind of ridiculous. I'll just quick up show you. They still have the videos up of them tracing.
Who's Karen?
They still have the videos up of them tracing. And they haven't put anything in the description. And they've been told everyone. And here, find this one. I said, hey, can you at least write trace in the title and credit the artist? And they said, actually, that's mine, lol. And they write, I worked really hard on this. And they say, thank you so much. Actually, it took 2 days. I had to stop since. And they said it's traced. And then everyone, no, it's not traced. And they have thumbnail commissions. They're making money off this traced art. They're saying they're gonna start commissions in the future using this traced art. Now, they don't show any of the examples of the thumbnails, but it's almost 100% sure. It's just disgusting that they're still keeping these videos up. Like, even if their apology was genuine, they're still keeping these videos up.